Hey there, everyone. I kind of have to make this short because it's I can only do 10 minutes on these videos. But tonight is going to be Skate versus Tony Hawk's Proving Ground. I'm doing a double review tonight because many people believe that Skate is better than Tony Hawk. I'm going to try to make this quick and go down the list as fast as I can. First, I'm going to start with the gameplay differences between the two. The gameplay of Skate is very realistic. It's like on the joystick you have to press down and then up, because that's going to be your ollie. Because down because you got to bend your knees, and then up because you got to pop up. It makes the game more realistic. It makes it more challenging, very different. I mean, how you grab the board, which buttons you press, completely different. It completely changes the flow of the game in reality. It's a very interesting game and very much more realistic. Tony Hawk, not so much realistic. You're jumping 15 feet in the air. You are grinding forever. Although they did change up some of the kind of like little create a skate type things where you can go into a special and you can like kick the board upside down and then like flip it around and then kick it again, flip it, and then you land on it. It's just very different. It's very weird. However, like I said, it's not so much realistic. So if you're going for a more realistic skateboarding game, you're going to want to look towards Skate, which is, I think, what draws a lot of people to it. However, I tend to lean more towards Tony Hawk. Not because of the challenge factor, but because Tony Hawk is just an easy pickup game. It's a game that you can pick up and you can just play. Now, I have to say that Tony Hawk Project 8 was a terrible game, the worst game of the series, and was a major letdown. But Proving Ground really renewed the series, and I think it's going to be the new hope for the series. Next on, I really want to touch on this, is the Create a Skater differences. In the Create a Skater for Skate, starting off, you don't really have too many options in changing of looks. It's really not impressive. In fact, kind of sucks. Like a lot of the t-shirts are just regular shirts with, pick your logo, pick your brand, that's it, done. Now, with Tony Hawk, however, you can change style of shirts, style of jackets, style of pants, style of shoes, and these aren't just like shoes, they're combat boots, cowboy boots, pants, shorts, jeans, baggy jeans with one leg rolled up. I mean, there are so many different options you can do in Tony Hawk, which makes the game very interesting. It's more your style. You can really fit yourself into that game where you can't so much in Skate. Next up, I've definitely, I've got to touch on this, is the worlds that you're playing in. In Skate, it's a very large world, actually. In fact, at some point you're going to have to take a subway to get from one point down to the other. The world is very large. You can't just skate it. So, which I think is very, it's a good thing. I think making such a large world for a skateboarding game makes it different, it makes it diverse. You can have one area where you absolutely kick ass, you can have another area where you absolutely suck. It makes the game diverse, and it really does make it interesting. Now, with Tony Hawk, the world is relatively large, and there's almost no load times in between them. But the worlds aren't generally that big. You can discover everything in it and skate the entire thing within a matter of 2-3 hours, max. So, to a point, it's not impressive. The world, the size of these worlds, it doesn't make it really jaw-dropping, amazing. Now, next is something I gotta talk about, is the characters you're gonna meet in the storylines. Now, you're not gonna meet too many great familiar faces if you're playing Skate. There's a lot of faces in there I didn't recognize, and a lot of people I didn't know. I'm not a skateboarder, I don't read any skate magazines, and I rarely ever watch skate videos. Now, with Tony Hawk, you're going to see a lot of familiar faces. You're going to see everyone from Tony Hawk, Bam Margera, Bob Burnquist, Mike Valley. It might be Volley. I always mispronounce his name. My friends bug the shit out of me about it all the time. These are guys who we've seen before, not only in the other games, but on television as well. So if you're looking for more familiar faces, guys you might recognize, even if you're not a skater, go to Tony Hawk. Overall storyline, I thought the kickoff, the beginning storyline to Skate was very interesting. It was very funny, and it really did bring me into the game. but after that, there wasn't enough in that game to hold me into it. It just didn't capture me. But, you know what? I'll still give it a good score. Don't worry about that. Tony Hawk's Proving Ground, it's going to get a higher score. I got to say, in the battle of Skate versus Tony Hawk, I'm still leaning towards Tony. Although the world is smaller, and the world, in terms of world graphics, might not be as good as Skate, I still believe that the created character makes it more your game and more your style. And I think that is what really matters in these games. You need to make it to where it's you in these games. That's the point. It's you. You know, everything from that, you know, the face, your tattoos, your hair, your clothes. It needs to be you in that game. It needs to be your style. Skate doesn't really offer too much of that, and it really is the major letdown of that game. So, here are my rates. For Tony Hawk, I give it an 8.7. Proving Ground was amazing, but they could have made the world a bit bigger and could have added a few more things here and there to really bring out the game. Also, something that I should touch on real quick was the game idea is that you can be a rigger and you can make new skate areas for yourself. You can be a commercial skater, very similar like Bam Margera, and skate for big, you know, for the money. You can be a competition skater, but the only thing that matters is proving that you're the best. This sort of thing is what really helped make the game interesting, but in the end, it's all the same, really. They need more diversity. It's a good idea, and they need to take the ball and they need to run with it. Skate is getting an 8 out of me, mainly because it is more of a challenging, more realistic game, and that is very fun. But if I want to skate, I'll go buy myself a skateboard and start reading a couple magazines and checking out a few videos. Then I think it'll be more my style if I were to dig into the skateboarding world and the skateboarding community. Not really my kind of game. I'll be flat honest. Maybe I'm a bit biased. It's just not really my thing. But still, it gets a very good rating of an 8. An overall pretty good score. Everyone, I suggest checking it out. You know, at least rent it. You know, it is worth a rental. I will say that much. But still, I gotta say, Tony Hawk Proving Ground was better. Alright, everyone. I've used up enough of your time. I'll see y'all later.